Hey, this is Yvonne coming to you from my kitchen table. I was telling you the story about this guardianship, and I had got to the point where I said, I think I did my best court performance today, better than any court appearance that I've ever made. I represented. I stood up and I represented for my mother. I've been through this so much that after a while, you kind of like get the picture. You take your feelings out, no crying, no this. You just sit there and you give your story straight. You just go straight to the facts. And that's exactly what I did. And what really teed me off is they gave me this hearing, which I applied for ever since January of last year. It took them a year to get me in the courtroom. And once I got in the courtroom and they heard the facts and they knew that the Judge Cotton in Prince George's County, they knew that she was wrong. But because they had this thing about these judges sticking together. Yeah, En Banc involves judges from other counties, but still, we had two judges from Prince George's County and one judge from an outside county, but still in Maryland. So for these two judges who were right in the same court as the judge who initially ruled on my case, to rule against her, oh, they're not going to do that. And so they didn't even elaborate on the facts. They deliberated for about 5 minutes. And when they came back in 5 minutes, I knew it wasn't good for me. Because they came back with a technicality. But you brought me in the courtroom. You gave me a hearing. And yet you say, oh, well, I shouldn't have had a hearing when you had to rule on the facts. And that was to save the judge face who made the bad decisions. They didn't want to hold her responsible. Because that, again, would open a whole nother can of worms. So you give me the hearing, and then you listen to the facts, and then instead of ruling or speaking on the facts or the issues that were stated during the trial, you come back at the deliberation and say, oh, well, this should have been filed 10 days after your court date. 10 days after what court date? I had a court date just November the 29th. I had a court date January the 19th of 2021. My paperwork for this case was filed in January of 21. It took them a whole year to get me in the courtroom. So if no one caught that technicality and allowed me to get into the courtroom, then my case was heard, then it should have been acted upon. I'm really disturbed in our court system. It's not right. It's not fair. I had my mother with me today, and this was the first time that she has ever been in a hearing concerning her, which she said that she can speak for herself. But again, I let her get on and introduce herself. My siblings was going crazy because they did not want my mother to speak. They have never brought her in the courtroom. And they're deeming her as calling their mother incompetent. God knows what they got coming. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to fight with everything I got. I'm going to fight until either I die or my mother die. I'm going to fight for her justice. I'm going to fight for her civil rights and her human rights. And I'm going to fight for what she already told me she wanted. I can't even go on and live my life until I get her the justice that she deserves. It's a whole lot to this story. And if you would follow me, you can hit the like button. You can hit the share button. You can make a comment. You're going to learn some things, not just about this case, but how to deal in court in some different situations as well. All right, thank you.